I already did that and I didn't. Okay. All right, so I muted everyone. Okay. Welcome to our team call, guys. This isn't supposed to be super formal, but I do want to say I'm excited for a new year. So many exciting things happening right now. Obviously, with 80-Day Obsession, it's just, as you can tell, the momentum is insane. And I think this is going to be huge for your business and for yourself. So get excited. 2017, just from across the board, it wasn't a great year. A lot of people didn't hit their goals. A lot of people felt like it was just hard, or, maybe you had some missed goals yourself. Maybe you wanted to hit a certain rank, or, whatever it was. Just know that it's a clean slate. You guys can start fresh this year, and it's about having a mission, and it's about having vision and your why. Because I think the biggest thing in this business, it can get monotonous, and you can feel like, what do I post? What do I share? Because it's predominantly social media based, right? So I think that you guys have to figure out and reevaluate, and this is the perfect time since it's a new year, your why. Is it to pay for your Shakeology? Awesome. You know what? Everyone's going to have different goals. Is it to replace, a full-time income? Or is it to, in a year, say, I want to make $1,000 a month? Maybe you want to be 5-star. Whatever it is, you guys can achieve it. Obviously, let's make it attainable, but, talk to me, talk to your upline coach, and we could figure out a way of how to hit that. But I think this is the perfect time, because your why and your reason why you do this can constantly change. In fact, Lindsay and I were just talking about this last week, where it's like you can hit a certain goal, and then it's like, now what? Where do you go from there, right? And so it's like you have to reevaluate, okay, why am I doing this? And you have to make sure that you're having fun, because trust me, like, there's challenge groups every month that we say you're supposed to run if you want to grow your business. You got to be inviting so many people. You got to be showing up for yourself. And it's like all of a sudden you feel this like weight on your shoulders, and it's almost like, how am I going to keep this up at this momentum? So you got to take yourself back a moment and realize, the most important person that you need to focus on is you. Focus on your own journey. And that's what I think is going to be so great about 80-Day Obsession, is that so much of it that Autumn really focuses on and emphasizes is self-care, and how it's like, take a break, go get a manicure, go get a massage, make sure that you're taking care of yourself, because I think mentally we can wear ourselves out. So let's see, some other news I just want to make sure that we go over if you weren't at Super Saturday, but 80-Day packs, the challenge packs are $10 off through January 14th. So that's another nice thing too, is just know that if you have anyone that's kind of on that verge, of follow up with them, let them know, hey, just so you know, it's going to go up to $10 more than the price that I gave you. And hopefully you can get a couple people, locked in. If you hit Success Club this month, you are going to get that Mel Robbins, who I absolutely love, the 5-second rule. You'll get the PD call with her, which sometimes I think I prefer stuff like that over like a blanket, to be honest. And then the other thing too is the elite program. Whether you're shooting for that or not, it has changed. We're not going to go into that right now. Diesel Nation is going to be explaining that in detail, but I'm excited because there's totally different rules, and it's not just about hitting a certain rank. It's about helping people. Obviously, we already do that, but it's going to be more on volume, not like, oh, I hit this Success Club. Oh, I'm going to be 1-star, 2-star, because sometimes, we need to not focus on the shiny objects. That's not going to help us long term. Also, the new coach office. Who is familiar with that? Who's gone on and feels comfortable? Okay, so it's a little bit different. Thanks, no, that helps. It's a little bit different, and you have to play around with it, because I'm still like, I want to go back to the old way, even though the old way sucked. Like, it was so stupid, but then you got used to it. So one thing that I have to say too is Share a Cart. I love it, and the reason why I love Share a Cart, how you can order products for your customers, is because now, one, it doesn't matter if they're a prior customer and it'll say, sorry, this customer, is already bought or is already a customer and you can't enter it. You can still enter it for that person, and then you can add to the cart. So if they're like, yeah, you know what, I really want to do that challenge pack, but can you add XYZ? You guys can do that. You can add the 3-day refresh onto it. You can add, maybe they want energize. So before it was like, we'll order the challenge pack and then you can add something to it later. And then when you send them that link, they can actually add more to their cart too. So it's not like it's done. They can tweak their order. Also make sure everything is up for the 80-day obsession. Hopefully you guys know this. Get to know the meal plan. If you're doing 80-day obsession, get to know, the nutrition guide. It's different. It's not the 21-day fix. So you might look at it and think, oh, I'm familiar with the container system, but it's different. It's not the same. And there's a couple of tweaks to it. They don't allow whole grain waffles and a couple, not that that was a big deal. There was like a couple things that have changed. And then, I know it can feel overwhelming. Trust me, I listened to the Diesel Nation team call that they did on 80-day obsession. And I mean, it can feel overwhelming. I feel overwhelmed, to be honest, because it's like, I want to make sure that I know this well enough to help you guys, help our customers. And then all of a sudden it's like, if I feel this way, what about our customers that look and they're like, holy cow, I didn't know what I was getting myself into, right? So we need to make sure that we simplify it in our terms and all come together with different tools, maybe what your meal plan is, how it looks, share it with the team, whether it's just on a piece of paper and you take a picture of it, post it, right? Biggest thing, you guys, is be proof of the product. This is your time to get back to you. Like, this is so exciting. Obviously, I can't do that. I'm pregnant, but that's okay. I might not be able to do all the workouts. I'm not going to be following the meal plan, but I can still share exciting things about 80-day obsession. I can share what so-and-so is doing within 2 weeks. I can show them a meal that I made, so it's about sharing a little bit of your journey, but getting excited, focusing on you, dialing in on you, because as soon as you are feeling like great about yourself and you have high energy, that's going to translate to how people portray you, and they're going to see that energy and they're going to be like, why didn't I jump on board? I totally want to do it. And you might be already a month in and they want to jump on, but that's okay, right? Just add them to it. But show meals, show results. And even if it's like you think you have good results within a couple weeks, freaking post that. But what you guys need to do is don't be afraid to take your before and after photos. Get that done. Do your measurements, because I didn't do that necessarily before I started. I didn't do measurements or anything with 21 Day Fix because I was like, I'm just doing this for fun. I don't know what these home workouts are for. I was so anti it. But I'm telling you, if you want to see your business go through the roof, this is a big time to dial in and focus on it. Okay, one other thing too, or not one thing, a couple other things. Team Cup. I know we can all roll our eyes like, oh, Team Cup, like, what does that do? Sometimes you get lame people that aren't even working the business. Like, I feel ya, but let's change that energy, okay? Let's look at this as, you know what? We can build camaraderie. We can have fun with each other, with us, you guys. It's a team of 5, and there can be 2 lifetime diamonds. And also, one lifetime or 1 star lifetime. So, or if you're a star diamond coach, that'd be like myself, right? And I would also be considered as a diamond. So for example, I can be on a team with Lindsay and 3 other people that aren't a diamond. That could be a team. So it's a team of 5. Let your team know. Let's pair up. We have to register, you guys. It's anytime between, let me see, the 15th to the 31st. So it'll start February 1st and it'll go through the whole month of February. And there's going to be all these different prizes and different things you can earn. But really, it's just a fun way to gain momentum and to get in a group, get excitement. So I think we should all do it personally. Summit. Who's going to go to Summit? I know I am. Awesome. Okay. I know Nicole can't, unfortunately, but I'm so excited for a good group of us. And if you aren't going yet and you don't have your ticket, it's on sale. They have it at $145. It's non-refundable, but I'm telling you guys, it is a game changer. It will help you believe in this company, what you're doing. The training's great. It's nice to be there as a team. It's in Indianapolis, so it is kind of far, but it's, if you're trying to make a business of this, it's truly an investment and it's a business write-off. Oh, one other thing too is their new bars. I'm excited for those. Woohoo! So that's going to be coming out in April. I can't remember all the flavors. I know it's like chocolate and peanut butter, and then maybe cherry, and then almond something. Um, but yeah, that's just more excitement that we have that we can obviously share as soon as April hits. So you guys, again, like we have a new year, new goals. Like I know it's so cliche, but truthfully, like go back to where, like how it's been for you when you started and when you had that fire in you, or maybe you didn't never had that fire in you, but get it back, figure out how, you have a team here that wants to support you. We're all in this together. And, like I said, even if you hit your goals or not, like help yourself and help others. And we can work from anywhere. I mean, truly, this isn't that difficult or hard of a job when you think of it. You don't have to go into an office every single day. I know a lot of us are full-time working moms, or, you're part-time, even stay-at-home mom is so hard too to fit in this business. It truly is, but you have to figure out a time. Maybe it changes daily, but if you want to take your business to the next level and you want to see momentum and you want to bring in a certain income, you have to find time. And it doesn't mean you have to do an hour every day. It can mean 30 minutes, but you have to figure out what's most important and, what you really need to work on when you're devoting that time to your business, because you don't want to take time away from your family. You don't want to feel like you're sleep deprived because of this business. I definitely have my moments where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm on my phone too much and I just have to put it away because I'm going to go crazy. And I do, but you have to know your limits. So, like I said, redefine your why, get back to that, bring the joy back, focus on your own journey, and then set attainable goals. Because I think sometimes we can say, oh yeah, I want to be 5-star at the end of the year. Okay, let's look at how many coaches you have underneath you right now. Let's figure out, okay, you need to make sure that you don't want to set yourself up for feeling like crap if you don't hit it, right? So, if you're having a hard time with that and maybe you're still like unfamiliar with all like the different ranks are, that's okay. We can help you with that. Ask your upline, ask me. But do have some goals that you feel like you can touch or even feel that you can hit toward at the end of the year. Okay, so, this is really cool. So there's a theme that Diesel Nation started, and Danielle tweaked the theme for this whole year of 2018. And Danielle tweaked it, which I actually love. So the theme that Diesel Nation has is get excited. So it's simple, get excited, right? So I think that's important. We have to have passion. We have to have excitement around this whole entire business and what we do, helping other people achieve their goals, helping yourself bring other people into your journey. So what Danielle changed it to is she said, get excited with helping you +1. So I want to take the pressure off of hitting Success Club. I want to take the pressure off of feeling like, God, I'm never on that leaderboard, or gosh, I'm not at Success Club 5, or I missed it again. And then it's like you feel down about yourself. I've been there where I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't hit my goal. And you feel kind of crappy and you're like, well, how am I going to do it next month? And how am I going to do it the next month if I didn't hit this month? And then I think what happens is we lose that like faith in ourselves and that momentum. And you can still be successful at this, you guys, with helping one person. And when you focus on that 1 or 2 people that come in that you're helping, make sure that you are diving into them. You're figuring out how you can help them achieve their goals, because they can end up being lifers. And then if you helped one person a month that had great results, that fell in love with this, that's 12 solid people on your team potentially that want to pay it forward. So yes, of course, you want to grow your business and you want to be making 6 figures in 2 years. Then yeah, you know what? Go back to 3 to 5 people a month. Obviously, that's going to help grow your business. But it doesn't mean that you can't be successful if you're not hitting those goals. And sometimes it can feel intimidating when you see some of us that are hitting that and you're not. So yeah, just kind of going back to helping one person and putting your heart and soul into that person. And then if you didn't hear that video that I shared or Shannon shared from Summer Tucker, it's a really good one. She said it's really about creating volume for yourself, not necessarily, oh my gosh, I got to hit this many, like Success Club 20 or 30 every month. Sometimes it's hard to keep track of those people when you have too many people that you've helped that have come into your group that month too. So, And then also Amanda, she's doing the book club, and I just purchased it. What is it called again, Amanda? I just purchased it on Amazon. For those of you guys that don't know, we're going to do a book club as a team every single month. So I'm just making sure that I purchased it because I think I had it in my.
It's called When.
When? Okay. And it just got released, right? Yeah, I ordered it. Perfect. Arriving Friday. So if you guys want to be part of this, it's kind of fun. I feel like there's always times where I'm like, okay, I bought a book or an audio, and it'd be nice to do it with a group of other people too. So get on it if you feel like you have the energy and you have the time. Devote 10 to 20 minutes of it a day. Amanda posted it on our team page. Another great book too, you guys, at some point, or if you have it in audio, I do, is The Slight Edge. I think that's something that we need to go back to because it's simple activities or simple daily activities that you should be doing that can help you achieve amazing and great results. So if you've ever have heard or listened to or read The Slight Edge, I truly recommend that one. If it's this month or next month, just put it on your list to do because it really is a good one. I have it on audio, and I'm going to get back to it in my car when I'm driving here and there. Another thing too that I wanted to share, because Danielle shared this with me, is that she just recently made a new list for new coaches that makes it simple to get back to the basics of what you have to do. Because I know as a new coach, we've all been there where you're like thrown into all these groups and then you feel like, where do I start? Oh, I have the new coach basics group, and you feel like you're drowning. We have a lot of tools out there for us. But Danielle McKean said she's going to share it with us. It's a Google Doc with just simple list of what to do when you bring in a new coach. Because I'll admit, when I first started, I was like, hey, great, I got a coach. Now what? Oh my God, Shannon, what do I do? And I didn't know how to coach them. So now we have things in place. I just want to let you guys know that to feel confident and comfortable and go back to the people that you feel like maybe have fallen off and, that could be on your team, and let them know that you're there and that, we can provide that for them. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Nicole so she can share basically her tips, what she's been doing to hitting Success Club. I mean, honestly, all year long, she's killed it. And I think we're all kind of like, okay, what are you doing? Help us. So go ahead, Nicole.
Well, speak for yourself. I feel like you hit Success Club as much as I do, but you can hear me, right? Yeah. Okay. Now you're muted. Okay. So I wanted to start off by saying, well, first that I've been a coach for 1.5 years. I started coaching in May of 2016. 16? Yes. My daughter was born in October of 2015. So I used P90X to get kind of back in, not kind of get back in shape, but get back in shape after I had her, because I had a lot of success with that when I first discovered it several years ago. But I've hit Success Club every month since I became a coach. And what I was doing in the beginning is not what I'm doing now. So that's kind of the theme I wanted to go with, because that was also, I was listening to the wake up call this morning from Melanie Mitro from yesterday, and she said that same exact thing. If you didn't listen to it, I really recommend you listen to it. That's one of the things I always do is, at the very least, I listen to the wake up call every week. I think, just to preface, I think it can get really overwhelming hearing what everyone's doing to be successful, because everyone's doing something different. So what I want to just say is, take what I'm saying, and if something that will be useful to you, that would be great. But at the same time, don't pressure yourself to do everything I'm doing for yourself. For example, I don't really run a lot of free groups because that's just not, it stresses me out. It doesn't really build my business. For me, I focus in other areas. So when you hear all these every wake up call you listen to, it's like someone's telling you something else you need to do. And sometimes it can get really stressful. So, just kind of be true to yourself and figure out where your strengths are and then focus on that. So for me, Instagram has been a huge source of my new clients this year. I still do get friends and family coming to me, but those are just people who know I'm around, and then they're like, when they're ready, they come to me. But I get a lot of people I don't know. I would say at least 50% of my customers are complete strangers. And that's from Instagram. I also have a blog, which I've had a blog since I did P90X in 2011. So 7 years I've been writing my blog. I love writing, something I'm really passionate about. I highly recommend a blog if you love writing and something you would do no matter what. So I used to do it just for fun, and I still do it for fun because I love writing. So it's hard for me sometimes to distinguish how many of my leads come from my blog versus Instagram. But this year Send Summit, actually, after I heard the Chalene Johnson talk, which also, if you haven't seen that, if you just go on YouTube and search for Chalene Johnson Summit 2017, you'll find her curiosity marketing speech. But I really changed my approach on Instagram, and I also kind of collaborated with Kelly. I think it was in August. We decided to do this challenge where we would prior to the summit, my strategy on Instagram was more post a lot of pictures, talk about Beachbody, use hashtags. But after summit, I switched to more of the curiosity marketing, less speaking about the product. If you look at my pictures, I think they're good. They're not like amazing. I try to take good pictures, but I'm not like an Instagram famous type person. But I grew my Instagram by over 1,000 followers in the last 6 months after I started using the approach I'm going to talk about, which is relationship building. So it takes work, but it works. So, I mean, I've also gained some followers because I'm pregnant with twins. So having a new niche will also help you. Not saying you should go out and try to have twins, but it does help a little bit. But one of the things that Kelly and I had talked about starting to do, because we watched a training, was, finding new followers, and not just by doing hashtags, but by searching for something specific to you. So for me, I'm a runner, I'm a mom. So mother runner hashtag is one of the things that I will try to find people under. But another method I use is I find people who are similar to me, such as like other bigger mother runner bloggers, and then I'll see who's following them. And then I'll just spend some time, a little bit each day. Kelly and I did we tracked it in August. Like, we wanted to, I think it was 50 people a day. It was way too many. It was too hard. But what I would do is go on and just write, and I'd find a new person to follow, and then I'd write an engaging comment on their latest post. So it's not just like, great post, don't say anything like really generic. It has to be like specific. So I think having something that you're really interested in that's unique is really important, because, well, I guess running's not that unique, but being able to write, like if they went for a tempo run, and being able to give some kind of specific feedback to them on that, or if it's parenting, about potty training, and be able to say, oh man, like it was terrible you have to like actually think through your comments, because those people will follow you back like if you followed 100 people and wrote great post, you'd probably get 2 people follow you back. But if you write an engaging comment on 10 people's and follow them, and then like a few of their photos, you'll probably get 8 out of 10 of them to follow you back. It's especially if they go to your page and you have some nice photos that are in focus, that are of you, that are not you in a shake, or, that are like, and you also, I don't have on my profile, I'm a Beachbody coach. I don't even have a fitness coach. I just tell people about myself. So I don't scare them away. My Instagram account is not a business account. So that's another tip I found that not scares people away, but it reduces your engagement, is having a personal or having a business account. So I don't really care. I don't look at the stats anyway, so it doesn't matter. So I would say that starting to do that. So I kind of put a lot of emphasis on that in August, but I was tracking it then, which kind of stressed me out. So instead, I've just kind of been like naturally doing that. And I remind myself, I kind of like look, when I spend time on Instagram every day, I go through my feed, and I try to comment on people's posts, and I try to comment on new people's posts. So if I'm following them, because I went, that when I followed a bunch of people in August, I make sure that they're seeing my posts by engaging with them. And then another thing I did was I started joining Instagram pods. So Amanda touched on this on her live call, if you got that. But so an Instagram pod, if you don't know, is just a group of people that comment on each other's posts. So it can be kind of stressful I know for some people, because in order for other people to comment on your photo, you have to have them comment. You have to comment on all of theirs above them. So if you haven't been on all day and you have like 20 to comment on, it can be super overwhelming. So that's why it's kind of important to be consistent and going in there every day. But I think that that's really helped my engagement, has been joining the pods. And so 2 of my pods are running pods, and then 1 is a Beachbody coach pod. Another thing I do is like, so I'm affiliated with a running group called Wazelle. And so I search that hashtag, and I really find that if you have any kind of affiliation or membership to something, people are more likely to follow you and trust you because of that. So I think that's really helped by like looking for those kind of people, and making relationships with them. And then on top of that, I don't post as many posts per day as I used to either. I only post 1, maybe 2, but usually just 1. And then I do a lot of stuff in the stories. So in my main post, I'm actually really fitness based, but it's also because I post a lot of running photos, which is originally what my Instagram was about, because as I said, I've been blogging for 7 years. And so I created my Fitness Fatale Instagram account to like accompany my blog. So I keep it kind of more running focused and not a ton of family photos, but some family photos. But I try to balance between running, fitness, and family, so that it's not all running, not all of one of each. And then I use the stories to show more of my day-to-day life, and I don't overanalyze the stories a lot. I use the timed, if you don't know about the Instagram stories, if you go to film it and then you like swipe to the right, there's a hands-free. So that's how I do my videos, so that I'm not spending time editing them. So there's a hands-free option. So if you hold the button down for 3 seconds, you hold it down and then it'll count 3 seconds. It gives you 3 seconds to get into your place, so that you're not like, the video's not showing you like this at the beginning. So I do that for my videos, and I get a lot of engagement even on the working out photo or videos, even though they're not like amazing. And I wouldn't post them on my normal page in such a manner, but I feel like the stories, you can do more of that. So I actually post about the actual workouts for Beachbody more in the stories, and then more of like day-to-day life and questions and engagement. And I've been getting a ton of engagement on the stories, people reaching out to me and creating conversations. And I also try to comment on other people's stories. So you'll also notice the people you engage with the most show up at the beginning of your stories. But if you like scroll really far, then you'll find other people you're following who you don't engage with a lot. So if you start just watching some of their stories and then writing them a message, sometimes you might feel creepy, but just don't get too personal. And then you guys will have started a conversation, and then you'll show up closer in their feed. So I think the whole point is, what I'm trying to say is, you need to be using Instagram not to just go on and scroll your feed and like a few things, or go on and just look at all the other coaches on our team's posts and comment on their stuff. You need to be going on and creating new relationships and new friendships with people. I've like made so many friends. And I just can't believe how, I'll post a picture of something I made and people are like, recipe please. And then I'll be directing them to my blog. It's just all organic. But I really think that Instagram is a huge opportunity. And even if you're not, and I think it's something that you can grow, and if you take the time to focus on it. You just have to think of it as working your business and spending time on it, and sit down and dedicate to it. Because if you're not thinking it as that, and you're just trying to do it on the go, it's going to stress you out a lot. So you need to be like, if Instagram is your focus, like I said, using it in part of your power hour and like dedicating to it. And honestly, everything I just said, it's funny because I was stressing myself out because I was trying to like track everything on those business activity tracker every week. And then I kind of realized that I'm doing a lot of the stuff on the business activity tracker without actually like as formal. I was like stressing myself out about having to like check off the boxes. So I decided just to stop doing it and just keep doing what I've been doing, because it's obviously working. So going from that, Another thing that I do a lot of is I share my transformation. So I have my 2011 transformation from P90X, where I originally I struggled with my weight my whole life, yo-yo dieting, and I was never like super overweight. I just always had some weight to lose, or I would lose it and I would gain it all back. And so I share my transformation for P90X is something I still go back to. And then I have my postpartum transformation using P90X. And then I committed to 21-day fix and got before and after pictures. I can't emphasize how important it is to take the before and after pictures and get good ones. Have someone take it of you. Don't do a selfie. Have your husband take a picture of you, even though they don't want to. My husband's the same way. He's like, okay, that's good enough. And I look at him, I'm like, no. You need to this angle is not good. You need to be over here. The lighting is not good. But like, take time for those photos, because you're going to want to use them over and over again. Because if 100 more people have followed you in the last like month, you need to be showing those same photos again, maybe with a different spin, but like you need to be showing them over and over again, because you never know who, and the people that followed you 3 months ago when you posted it might not have even seen it. So you need to keep posting them. I also committed to Shift Shop and had great results with that. And so that's why I think the 80-day obsession can be just such a huge transformation or huge deal for everyone, because if you're sharing your journey and your transformation, it's going to bring people to you. The number one source of leads that I get is from my transformation posts. I'll get like, the next morning I'll wake up and I'll have like 4 leads. It makes a huge difference. So the last thing I did, this is the only thing that I specifically did in December that I think made some of a difference, was not only I'm hosting 2 challenge groups this month. I'm hosting like a multi-program group, and then also 80-day obsession. The majority of my 80-day obsession people are returning customers, but I also was able to get some of them to buy new challenge packs, and returning customers buying 3-day refresh, returning customers buying the accessory bundle. But what I did this month was my husband is really big into email marketing. And that's actually what I do for my other job, but I'm really not into technology in terms of like setting up the emails. So my husband created a MailChimp account for me, and I'm also really like data. So I've been tracking all my clients and all my leads since I started back in May of 2015. I probably missed some people, and I could have downloaded my customers list from Beachbody. So that's something you can do. But if you're interested, it's not that hard to create a MailChimp account. So I just added them all to my email list. And instead of individually emailing each of them, I sent one email to 350 people. And it was a happy holidays email. I said, I'm starting a newsletter. Happy holidays. Here's an update. Just so you know, there's a new program coming out. But anyways, like Happy New Year. And it was really short. I sent that, and then the next week I separated my mail list into clients versus leads, and I sent another email to all my current clients. And I kind of used something that Kim had sent me. I really liked it, where she said, I care about you, which I do. I was like, it was less salesy that way. I said, I care about you. We had a great year. We've worked together in the past, because I wanted them to know it was just for customers. And, I'd love to hear your 2018 goals. Please, there's a button, like click, and we'll talk about them. And then I had like a before and after for 21-day fix of myself at the bottom, and a before and after for an 80-day obsession, so that you can join either of these groups. So that got me several purchases, and I just literally sent that one email. So sometimes, I know it's all about individual relationships, but sometimes you just don't have time. My plan, I listened to one of the wake up calls, and it said, email every single person that you've ever talked to about this, or no, not email. He said like a voice message, right? And I was like, that sounds like a great idea. And then I was like, this is going to take me 10 hours. So I wrote one email, and I had the best week of sales I've ever had last week. So my point is, get creative. At the same time, like we always talk about inviting one-on-one, and sometimes you just have to think, how can I hit the most people at once? So you don't want this business to be too hard. And that's what I love about social media, is you can reach so many people. You can so many people think they know me or feel like they know me, and I don't know them at all because of my blog and my Instagram stories. And they will reach out and, tell me that they've been reading my blog for 5 years and they know me when they don't know me, but I don't know them at all. So instead of feeling like you have to one-on-one have all these hundreds of relationships, by being yourself, being vulnerable on social media and sharing like the hard parts. I've shared hard parts about my struggles with breastfeeding, about weight gain, and like struggling with weight my whole life. Everyone has their own unique story, and you have to just share that, and that'll bring people to you. That being generic is just not going to work. So just write down. I think once I heard in one of the wake up calls, it was like write your like struggle tree, and you like write all your things you struggle with, and then start writing posts about and being vulnerable about them. It's scary, but I think it helps connect you with people. And not only does it help you bring customers, but it helps you help other people, even if they're not your customer. And it helps you feel better yourself because you feel more connected, and you feel less alone. So those are my main things. I was just going to say that consistency just really pays off. And this year my business grew a lot. It didn't grow as much as I had hoped it would. But I kept being consistent even when I was like really sick and tired with twin pregnancy. And I was like, is it worth it? Should I like it? I don't want to do anything, let alone like try to grow a business. And I just kept going and kept showing up. And then I had, my business has really taken off even after that. So, those are my lessons. You guys can all do it.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So what is your involvement? Like what's your Facebook posting now? Cause I feel like I've totally seen your Instagram like grow so much, but like, so what have you been doing with Facebook then? Or like, do you just...
My fitness page, I have a page on Facebook, and I don't really do much with it besides just post my Instagram to it. And then sometimes I'll post like an article. And then my main Facebook, I kind of stopped posting to because I had heard this rumor, and I don't even know if it's true, that some top coach's Facebook account got deactivated because she was using it for MLM. And so I got like nervous about that. And I also just feel like I've kind of saturated my friends list. And I'm not, like I said, I don't run free groups that much, so I'm not adding a ton of friends. But this year I did create a pregnancy and postpartum support group on Facebook, which has been really successful. But I plan to just add all of them as friends and then reach out individually and create relationships that way. But yeah, I don't really post on my main page, Facebook. On occasion I post about Beachbody, but I usually just post family stuff and everyone knows I'm into fitness on there. So
are you just post, like when you post on Instagram, then do you just click the like post to my Facebook, or are you doing it separately and then deleting all the hashtags?
I post to my Fitness Fatale like page only. And then on occasion I'll share that to my personal page.
Got it. Okay.
So that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't use my regular page that often for business. Huh?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So I was just going to add, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I feel like when I log on to Facebook, I don't see anybody anymore. Like it's like all businesses and ads and then other Beachbody coaches.
Yeah.
And so I kind of wonder if that's what I'm seeing, what is the average person who's not on social media all day seeing? So then, and that's part of the reason, like Nicole, I don't do anything with Beachbody on Facebook anymore.
Yeah.
Nobody sees those.
I mean, I get like 100 to 300 likes on an Instagram post, and on the same exact post shared to my like page, we'll get 2 likes. Like 2. Right. It's like not even, not that likes matter, but it's like not even remotely in the same range. It's like no one likes them. I don't know. It's like very odd.
But you know what? In 2 years, we'll be saying that about Instagram, and everybody will be doing something on like Snapchat or something that hasn't been invented yet. So
I was really glad they invented the stories because I didn't want to go to Snapchat.
Yeah.
I know. I agree. Does anyone else have a question to ask Nicole? If so, oh my God, Camille, your kid's so cute.
Aww.
So I want to add to this just because I know there's a lot of you guys that are watching this and you're like, I don't get on Instagram. I don't have a good following on Instagram. And you might feel like exactly how Nicole prefaced this in the beginning, you got to learn something new every day if you want to succeed in this business. And I know that's what they said at Super Saturday. If you could learn one new thing, whatever it is on YouTube, if you want to know more about the comp plan, how to grow your Instagram, how to do curiosity marketing, whatever it is that you want to learn about, devote a little bit of your time to learning something new about this business and how it could help you. Maybe it's not even relevant to Beachbody, but maybe it's personal development, whatever. But I just want to say that we all have our strengths. We all have, our weaknesses, whatever, but don't get caught into the comparison game either, because we all do something, we all have things that are different strengths. Like, I don't post quite as much on my personal Facebook page, but I also try to keep it still alive because I'm like, oh wait, I still get business from there. And, just my post I did yesterday, I have 2 people that are potentially going to buy. I hope by tomorrow. They told me they get back to me. So that's 2 people. And if I hadn't posted that, I wouldn't have gotten it. But it's because I don't just post every now and then. You have to stay consistent on Facebook too. I try to do at least 1 post a day. But I feel more comfortable with Instagram now because I feel like that's a different way. I feel like people are there to connect with other people. And where Facebook is like, people roll their eyes sometimes if you're trying to sell something to them. But at the same time, I got over that too, because I'm like, you know what? This is my business. I'm passionate about it. I'm not going to be ashamed that I'm a Beachbody coach, because it has changed me personally, physically, financially. And then you have to get over that side too. Like, I'm not going to put on Instagram that on my profile, like Nicole said, I do recommend you taking off Beachbody or any links that associate yourself to Beachbody, not because you're ashamed of it, because that's not what we're saying. It's more of, you don't want people to just go to your page and be like, oh God, that's why they commented, they're trying to sell me something. Because I feel like sometimes I get that with other MLMs out there, and I'm like, ugh, I know what you're trying to do, So do it in a very natural, organic way. One thing they said at Super Saturday too that stuck with me is that you have to earn trust with people, and trust takes time. I can't tell you how many people have come back to me or have reached out to me. I know that they've been following me, whether they're watching my videos, Instagram stories, liking my stuff. But it's like, as soon as they get to know me a little bit, it's like, then finally when I do that invite, they feel comfortable with me because I've actually have commented on their stuff too. So just know, if you're just starting out, or maybe you're not like a pro on Instagram, that's okay. Just, if that's a goal for you, maybe in the next 2 to 3 months, make it a goal to really grow it. If your focus is on Facebook still, that's fine too. We're all going to get business different ways. They did say add 4 to 5 people each month. So make sure that's something that you're doing, is connecting with people, whether it's new friends on Facebook, adding people on Instagram. You can definitely add more people on Instagram, or search for them and like their stuff if they're not private. And then, okay, so just because we're getting kind of late, I want to talk about the game plan for 80-Day Obsession and challenge groups. So this is kind of interesting, right? This is the first fitness program that's been released that's not 21 days or 30 days or 60 days, I guess. But it's 80 days. And that's like, okay, great. So we have this one that starts next week. It's going to go until April. But what does that mean between now and April? Well, you still have to be running challenge groups. So we all are going to have our own ways of what we want to do. Nicole's running 2 groups this month. I'm running 1. I've just added the few people I got with the 21-day fix into my 80-day obsession group. They're okay with that. I let them know. But moving forward, I'm going to be doing 1 group after this month. 1 group, it's going to be multi-program. That way I don't feel like I need to be tailored to that specific program, because that can be overwhelming, sticking to a certain guide and recreating it, or, doing the posts again on it. So that's my plan, is doing 1 multi-program group a month. If someone's 80-Day Obsession and they want to join in, I don't know if I want to add them to my current group or not. I guess I'm going to unmute it just so we can all. I know, Amanda, you said you're going to be adding people. If
you're looking at us?
No, I unmuted you.
Can she see us?
Yeah. No, she can't, because
I muted her. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So cute.
I've thought about this a lot. So I think right now what I'm thinking is, so multi-program, although I would say 95% of my challengers in my group starting on Monday are going to do 80-day obsession. But I think moving forward, I will just market it as multi-program. And I think if somebody wants to do 80-day obsession, I'm going to probably do some more private coaching with them. So like add them into the group, but then really one-on-one work with them on understanding the time nutrition. And thankfully there's so much content out there right now that I feel like I can just send a YouTube video versus, having to essentially act like a private nutritionist, which I'm not. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, because I also think you guys might be seeing this too, but I have a lot of people that are all about 80-day obsession in terms of the workouts, but they're not interested in the time nutrition. And so I kind of want to let people have that flexibility, as long as they understand they're not going to get the results that, they're seeing from the people that followed it 100%. But I also want to give them the flexibility to do the workouts from it, because some people, that's what they want.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know either what I'm going to do. I just know what I'm doing this month, but then next month I was planning on combining them, but it will be a very large group. And then next month, am I just not going to acknowledge because this month I was planning on like acknowledging like every day's workout. I have all this lead up. We have like, the lead up to what it's going to be like, and with detailed instructions. And then I'm just going to stop doing that. I don't know.
So I have a suggestion. And this is something that Danielle McKean said she's going to do, because she this year said, and I got on her team call tonight when I was making dinner. I just I'm going to listen. I'm not going to participate or anything, but I was like, I'm making dinner. I'm just going to listen in on it. And I'm glad that I did, because she really got vulnerable about what a hard year it was for her mentally and as a business, and how this is her comeback year. And she's like, I felt like what's happened is we've made, as coaches, sometimes like we have to do all this stuff. We have to do all these groups, and it could feel overwhelming. So we need to figure out a way to simplify, simplify our whole method of bringing in people into the network, right, into our team. Simplifying challenge groups, because I know that's one thing that could be daunting for some, where it's like you feel burnt out. Like I had a good break from Christmas when my challenge group ended till when this one starts. And I'm like, oh my God, it's been so nice not to have a challenge group or look on my app. And I'm like, even though I love it, it was just like I was doing them back to back to back to back. And it was like, I never got that break. And so what Danielle said is what she's going to move towards is she's going to do one group for the whole year. It's going to be like a VIP group. And she's going to keep that group active throughout every month, but she's still going to promote, right, a new group every month and put people into that VIP group. And she'll introduce them with a picture and say, this is who's joining us, and make it feel like a community, because I think that's why we're all here too, or a lot of us are, is because you love this community, right? Like I love seeing your guys' faces every day. I love like the friendships I've made. I love how real it is. And I sometimes think like, gosh, if I didn't have this, like, I don't know what I don't know. Like, I'm not that person that Beachbody isn't my life, because I have a social life. I have my family, of course, but this has been such a positive aspect to my life, where I think there's that for a lot of people where maybe they need that community. And that's what we are providing too. Like I have people say all the time that don't participate in my groups, and they're like, can I be in your group? I really need the accountability. It always helps. And I'm like, oh, I didn't even know you liked it, but of course you can. So people are loving that motivation every day. They love seeing you show up. They love the tips that you and your other coaches maybe in your group are sharing. So that's also a thought, you guys, is to do one continuous group. She does it on Facebook. She says that Facebook doesn't mean that's what I'm going to do, but she said with Facebook is just easier for her, and she downloads the Facebook Groups app, and that way they don't need to go onto Facebook. They can just go onto the Facebook apps and go to groups. And that way all they do when they log onto the Facebook group app is that particular group, and so they don't see all the other notifications that can distract them. I'm not saying that's what I'm going to do. I like the app. It's easier for me. I prefer it. But I just want to give you guys these different ideas of different ways you can do it.
Kelly,
Mm-hmm.
did she say then, is she going to have 365 unique posts, or is she kind of just doing like a generic, oh, it's Motivation Monday again, it's Tasty Tuesday again, like following that?
Yeah. She said she hasn't worked out the full details on it. Like I was like, are you going to go off a guide, or are you, cause that's the one thing is I like having set posts for myself. So I don't have to wake up and be like, Motivational Monday, or, so I feel you on that. And that's why I do like the app, because you can pre-post everything. And, but then it's like, okay, if you're going to have one continuous VIP group, is it going to, like, how often do you have to change up those guides or, whatever you're using? I don't know. That'll be a question that I can ask her. But yeah, because I asked in Diesel Nation Wall, I was like, hey, I'm just curious, how is everyone going about running their groups after this month? What do they do next month and the following? Are you doing one group or two groups? No one really has answered except for Danielle. And that's what she said she's doing, just because she felt like she was doing too many groups and starting fresh again, where she's like, I just want to bring in new people into a group where it's like, hey, this is my VIP group. Some of us have been on this journey for a while, some are new, but she's making it more of a community. So I don't know. That's something that we can definitely ask her.
Yeah, I got a request last year when the app first came out. A lot of people that were really addicted to logging their workouts. And so they asked me to create an ongoing group. So I created a group that went for the full year, 1/1 to 12/31. And I added like 30 people. They're like, over the time, they're like, oh, I want to be in it. And then, I didn't engage as much, and I barely at all actually in that post. And I told them that up front. A lot of them just wanted to be able to log their workouts.
Yeah.
But
I tried.
One person still doing it. So I feel like people kind of fall off without the start and the end dates. I don't know.
Yeah,
one thing too, I think a lot of people like having a little break in between,
Yeah.
Like you said, like start and end date, or they feel like, okay, I can like commit 100% for like these 21 days and then maybe like take a step back for a week and then like re-engage, and I feel like sometimes that really works for people to not feel like they're constantly like go, 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 or like they have to log their workouts for 365 days.
Yeah.
So maybe even though the group like runs for a 365 days, like that's what the tracker says, maybe it's like you run it like the 1st through the 21st, and then the last week of every month is like a solo week or something. I like that idea, but I had a success partner for a while who we're not success partners anymore, but she ran her groups that way and has always run them. And she just reported it got really stale, that like after a long time people were like, oh, okay, like it wasn't anything like fresh or new. So I wonder how because I really like the idea of it, but then how could we like incorporate both ideas? What do you guys think?
And I'm honestly nervous about combining the groups in February. Well, you guys are already combining. It's because, like you said, 80 days is so long that I'm afraid people are just going to give up and be like, I'm just going to go back to like doing whatever workout works for me today. So many people I have, like a ton of my challengers are recurring, who now they just like, today I'm going to do ABC, tomorrow I'm going to, it's kind of what I'm doing right now. They just like do whatever. And so if there's a big group of them all doing whatever, like I created the specific 80-day obsession group because I'm like, everyone's going to do the same workout on Monday. We're all doing it, except for me. We're all doing it. All of you guys, except for me, are going to do the same workout. And it'll be unique, but then I'm going to be like, I have all this momentum. And then in month 2, I'm going to be like, well, now we're all just multi-program. I don't know. It's like, I'm torn.
Go ahead, Kim.
I've been struggling with this a lot, and I've thought a lot about it, but all of my challengers are, 5 of them are new. They're not going to be 80-day. So my concern is I cannot throw them in, all my new challengers, to an 80-day group. So I'm going to do our regular group, but I've got 4 or 5 of my regular girls that have bought bundles. So I'm thinking about doing a side support group, 80-day, just because there's going to be so much, like videos. Autumn's going to go live. So just adding like for support for them for doing meal planning and stuff like that. So I think it probably depends on what your challenges are. If you guys have, 5 80-day girls, I mean, that's kind of different, but I don't feel comfortable throwing an 80-day group for me if I have 5 new beginners. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that's when you're just gonna have to, like, all the people that I know that are doing 80-day obsession with me, they have the basics of fitness. They've been doing it. I feel comfortable throwing them in.
Right.
Like, absolutely. If they, and I just give my people, I send them information. I say, do you feel comfortable with this program? Here's another video. And I do a video, you know, the link to the 80-day obsession video, but I also do 21-day fix and 21-day fix extreme, and say, you know, if this is not something that you want to do, we have other options. And these are my other 2 programs that I highly recommend. And then they can tell me what they want to do. So you're just going to have to tweak it depending on, like what you said, the type of customers you have, get to know their fitness level. That's why I love doing a form that, even if I have people just message me saying I'm interested and they don't fill out the form, I send them the WooFoo form just so I can be like, instead of going back and forth with like all these questions, I can get to know what they've been doing for fitness and diet. What are their goals? Have they worked with a Beachbody coach before? What do they struggle with? You know, simple questions like that. That way I can then just be like, oh gosh, this girl, like, I don't know what she looks like necessarily, but she sounds like she hasn't worked out in a year. She wants to lose 30 pounds.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would throw her into 80-day obsession either. So that's when all of us are going to be different.
Yeah, I just don't want to overwhelm them. So that I'm coming from, like, my new challengers are like going to be doing 21-day fix or nothing, not 80-day. So I just don't want to overwhelm them. So I thought about having a side support group for adding like meal plans and videos, and or kind of like what Amanda said, a private kind of one-on-one, because I have other, you know, ladies that I've had for a year that bought the bundles and are gonna go all in with 80. So I don't know, I'm kind of struggling. And about what Lindsay said, I love the 3 weeks on and 1 week off. My girls know that I do monthly groups, but they all post like that 4th week, but they know I'm absent. I always check in, but I don't post regular. That's my break, is the 4th week. So they know that. They love still posting and sharing things and stuff like that. So they know that's kind of, you know, Tammy Reed's grouping. She's getting more challengers for our next month and stuff like that. But they know they're welcome to, you know, still post in there for accountability and everything.
Do you do your group on Facebook then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That works a little bit better.
Is there any way,
start and end dates?
Yeah.
is there any way that coaches might want to like combine? Because I feel like, especially for me, I'm not quite the numbers that all of you guys have. So I feel like this month I'm getting a lot of traction in both of my groups probably, because like I've teamed with Nicole for the 80 days and I'm teaming with Sally Bradley for the 21-day fix, and I just feel like there's more traction in there for both of them. So my people are participating more because Shelly's people are participating too, and vice versa. So I don't know. I keep thinking maybe if I do another 80-day group next month, that I will hopefully combine with someone to start fresh, I guess. But I just don't even know how many challengers I would have ready for 80 days either. So that's like my problem right now, because most of my potential customers are East Coast, coming through the winter sludge, and I feel like a lot of them have not been working out or et cetera, and I'm kind of trying to talk them in since maybe 21-day fix first, and I think that's, I don't know, discouraging for them, but then at the same time I think 80 days would be overwhelming for them, so I'm not really sure right now how I'm gonna move forward. This month I have some momentum, but next month I'm a little nervous, so I'll have to see what works.
Yeah, I would just say partner up with someone, you know, see maybe next month, like, hey, can I join someone's group? I don't know if I'm going to have many challengers. I think it's always a good idea to partner up with people.
Yeah, we can keep partnering up, Stephanie. I just don't know if I'm going to have one group or two, because I'm doing my other group with Dana. So each of my groups has someone with me. My main honestly, I think I might, if I wasn't going to have twins in a few months, I might just do 2 groups, at least to get my initial group through the 80-day obsession. But that, you know, because a lot of my 80-day challengers are returning people who I really want to like give them that commitment. But
that's fine.
because obviously I don't know when I'll be, I can't guarantee.
Well, yeah, I mean, we can talk, but yeah, I feel the same way. Most of my 80-day people are either friends that I have just signed up with me that I know are committed to the 80 days, or like Christine, who's been with me for almost a year. So I feel like I need to invest in them because they've invested in me. So yeah. So, but yeah, we can touch base because I definitely want to help you out too with the twins. So if you wanted to email, we can do that too. That would be helpful to me and probably helpful to you. So we can figure something out.
Sounds good.
Can I ask a quick question to you guys? Sorry, I know you can't see me, so it's like weird, but so today I ran into kind of a weird situation. There's actually another girl from my high school that is a beach body coach for another team that does really well too. And someone had commented on a post I made on Facebook, so I messaged her and was like, hey, I see that you're doing the 80-day obsession, do you have a challenge group that you're working with? I know it's really motivating to be in those groups, whatever. And she said, yeah, I'm signed up with Lena, but two of our really good high school friends are in my group. And she was like, but I would love to do it with you. And then I was thinking about it more, and I was like, well, I really can't have her in my group because she's not a customer, technically. And also, I don't want to make this other girl mad because I'm not necessarily trying to steal her from this girl. So I had to message her back and say, I'm sorry, but, because you're with this girl, I think you need to just stick with her challenge group. Like, did I handle that correctly? How would I handle that in the future? Because I feel like this girl and I are kind of competing for customers right now because we both are kind of finding our niche, I guess. And a lot of our niche is people from our hometown. So I'm just trying to make sure that I'm.
I would just tell her she's already working with her. I always ask, if you have a Beachbody coach, are they running challenge groups? And if they aren't, I say, well, if you're comfortable, then you need to switch to me. But if they're running a challenge, you can't take them away.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt. And then she didn't message me back, and I was like, oh man, I hope I didn't like make her mad. But at that point, I was kind of like, you can't be in my challenge group with what I don't know. I just felt like that energy just wasn't appropriate. So I just wanted to check that this girl and I are probably competing for a lot of the same customers right now, and so I was like, I don't want to steal her, and I don't want that girl to think I'm trying to steal her. So I was like, I don't think that's gonna work out, but I just felt really uncomfortable. So
yeah, I've been in that situation before too, and I think too, some people just aren't familiar with how this works. Or quite frankly, that this takes us a lot of time, and so we deserve to be compensated for our time. And so I'll have people, maybe it's that they but they want to stay in the group, and I will kind of say, maybe something along those lines of like, I believe in the product. It's also a way to compensate me for all the time and hard work that I put into it. And so if going back to somebody having another coach, if they want to switch, I always ask that they talk to that coach first. We're still like in communication with them.
Yeah. Okay, I just wanted to check because I was like, man, I don't want to make her upset, but then at the same time, I was like, I mean, especially for me, I'm learning it, so it takes me I feel like extra time. So the fact that I even reached. So, anyways, I just wanted to check and see if you guys had run into that before because I was a little uncomfortable, and then I was trying to tread lightly with an old friend from high school. So.
Yeah, that would be hard. I've come in that a little bit, and I've always said, maybe this is passive aggressive, but I would love to have you, but I don't like to step on anybody's toes. It's kind of a nice way to say, I mean, just you don't want to step on anybody's toes or steal you. I mean, just be blunt about it, but you did well, Stephanie.
Okay.
Perfect. All right. Does anyone else have anything to add? I know I think we're past an hour, so.
I have a question. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I had something odd happen to me yesterday. I had one of my coaches who just has signed up for a discount 2 days ago, and she asked she's been a coach for a month or two, and she asked me if I wanted to do a home party, like she does multi-consultant parties. And I was like, oh, sure, but we're trying to move, so I just didn't want to back out at you. And she goes, well, actually, I could do it because I'm a coach, right? Well, she has the shake. She doesn't have Beachbody on Demand. But I thought, oh, yeah, this is a great way I can develop her, get her more engaged. And the very next day, she texts me and says that she's canceled her coach account because of Beachbody and them not being able to update her shake order. easily online? She never asked me a question. I didn't know she was struggling, but has that ever happened to you? Like, I thought she was like taking that turn and then it just like out of the blue backfired. Like I didn't
Yeah,
get
it
it.
sounds like it's her own problem. I mean, I don't think you know the whole story. I mean, she obviously if she wasn't doing Beachbody on Demand, she doesn't seem like she was that aware of everything that Beachbody has to offer. And when you get customers like that or coaches, just so you know, this is going to happen, whether you're new or just building your business, you know, you're going to have expectations for some people and you're going to get really excited and then it doesn't span out. So just know, like, that particular thing, I don't know if that's happened necessarily like that, but yeah, I've had people randomly quit because of stupid things where you're like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to waste my time and energy and worry about it. I want to make sure that we're ending cordially. So you can just say, you know, anytime that I'm sorry that happened, next time come to me. I could have helped you. I could have walked you through it. I'm sorry to see you go just so quickly when you were super excited about it, you know, and sharing it, but don't just, you know, you can always sign back up with me whenever you're ready. I'm sorry. Like, just always end it on good terms, because I do have people, actually I just had a new girl this last week who just finally, she canceled her coach account like a year ago and is finally back. She's like, you're the only girl that can motivate me. Can you sign me back up? And she's like raring to go again. But I also need to be careful with her because I know something's not really right. She, you know, she went to actually a different coach and then she came back to me. It's just weird. And I'm like, I'm not going to put a lot of time and energy into people like that because I don't have that time. And neither do you. No, none of us do. So at that point, yeah, that's weird, Shelly, but I would just, yeah, don't take offense to it.
One last time.
Shelly, she said something was wrong with an online form with changing her shake. Is that what you said?
Yeah, she couldn't figure it out. And because she's in the technology field, that she should be able to update it easily.
Okay. There is, just so you guys know, I don't know if you know this because I was online last night and talking to Beachbody, but there is, since they changed over the website, there is not a way to do it online right now. They're having problems with the form. I don't know if you guys know that, but customizing Shakeology. So just to verify that, they are having issues with the form. You have to either call or use the email that you receive 5 days before. You can do that still, but that's the only way right now. Just to verify.
Okay. Maybe she had a bad experience with customer service.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know.
But I just went through that last night. So.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I had a potential challenger today who said she doesn't want to buy a challenge pack after all because she doesn't think she should have to call customer service to cancel Shakeology in 30 days.
Because why?
She doesn't think she should have to call customer service to cancel her Shakeology. And I was like, well, I didn't say this to her, but I'm thinking if making a phone call is a big inconvenience for you, you're probably not right for this program.
Sorry,
right?
That's funny.
I mean, you just got to let those things roll and don't let them deter you from continuing to invite people, because there are more people that are so excited and will be so engaged and will get so much out of what it is that we do, that's what you got to focus on.
Yeah. I know. I'm pretty sure I cried the first time my first discount coach canceled. So I've been there.
Yeah, we all have it.
Third, I don't know. And they were just discount coaches. I'm like, it doesn't even like make a difference. And I'm like so upset.
That is so cute. I love you. I love you for sharing that.
Awesome. Okay, well, we're going to close it out because it's late. There was one thing that I was going to share. I love this. I just have to share this because they said the woman at Secret Saturday, one thing that stood out to me, and I was like, yes, I love it. She's like, you grow, okay? You grow through what you go through. So I want to end it on that. Like, whether you guys feel defeated, feel overwhelmed, feel like last year, like maybe you didn't hit Success Club as much as you wanted, you didn't help as many people, you didn't retain as many coaches, whether it was a good year or a hard year, just know that you've grown from that. And I feel like if I had given up 2 years ago because I got a couple no's or, a couple coach cancellations, I just think of what I would have missed out on, and I think that's the biggest thing with this is that you have to stay consistent. It doesn't mean, oh my God, you got to post all the time. Oh my God, get anxiety. You got to show up and do this and that. And no, take a deep breath. everyone has a different way of using social media, connecting with others, but just know that whether you had highs, you're going to have highs and lows in this business, but that's life. And guess what? You know what's so hard in this business is just inviting people and putting yourself out there. Well, I'd much rather keep doing that and build this team, right, that I've created than having to go and, that's full-time work, like it's worth it. It's 100% worth it. And you have to have that vision. You have to figure out your mission, your mission, your why, and your vision for yourself, for your team, and set some goals for yourself. So that's my homework to you guys, and homework for me. Like, I still haven't really written out. I know in my head where I want to go, my goals, but reevaluate it. Just because you've been doing this for a year or 6 months or 2 years, well, maybe it's time to freshen up and figure out and write down your goals again, write down your mission. That way, when you have those discouraging moments, that you can come back to that and you can say, oh, this is why I'm doing it. I've helped X, Y amount of people. I've connected with this many women. The people that say, thank you for the inspiration. You've helped me lose this amount of weight. Whatever it is, you have to get back to that fire, that passion that's making you invite all the time and run these groups and show up for yourself and for other people. So be the coach that you want to have on your team. How about that? That makes me think sometimes. But other than that, I just want to make sure that you guys know, like, we had a great year last year as a team. We finished as a premier team, woohoo. And I want to make this a year for you guys too. So we're all here, whether it's me, your upline, I love that we've combined now. So hopefully you're feeling that camaraderie. It seems like there's more energy, and let's keep that up. I love that we're like combating a lot of stuff. Instead of just being 1 or 2 people, we're coming together, working on challenge guides, working on, different Google Docs. And soon it's going to be so much easier and more simple when we bring in new people to our team, which I'm excited about. So there's to that. Okay. Have a good night, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.